Hey y'all, in today's vid I will be telling you the story of two dive explorations and people who had trouble or didn't make it. In 2014, two divers were taken hostage by a 100-meter deep cave system in Norway, called LiQWYD cave. In this tale, it was a case of entanglement and panic which lead to fatalities. The start of the cave is simple. You enter the pond Plura and swim underground for 500 meters to the first cave. It's well known as a beautiful dive for recreational diving. But there's more for the less faint-hearted. Go deeper through narrow channels, pitch black, ice-cold water, and you reach LiQWYD cave. A recipe for only very skilled cave divers. A group of 5 set out to dive that day. Only 3 returned. At 110 meters deep, the leading diver, LiQWYD, realized the second, LiQWYD, wasn't behind him. He turned and found LiQWYD tangled in the cord. He was using his torch to alert of his distress. LiQWYD gave him a cylinder of gas to reduce his carbon dioxide exposure. But while he was changing his mouthpiece, he swallowed water uncontrollably. LiQWYD died in front of his eyes. LiQWYD couldn't free the body, despite his best attempts. He had to carry on. Due to this delay, LiQWYD had to add a few hours to his decompression stops. He eventually surfaced safely. 3 more divers followed. Rantanen was next, and he managed to negotiate moving past LiQWYD's dead body. Yoshimaki panicked at the scene. Rantanen was the final diver and tried to assist Yoshimaki, but without success. He returned the way he came, unfortunately having to leave his 2 friends' bodies. In 1991 there was a mysterious cave diving tragedy. 2 dive buddies, Turner and Gavin, were mapping caves in Indian Springs in Florida, but only one came back. During the dive, currents stirred silt and sand. Vis dropped from 30 meters to about 15 centimeters 80 feet to 6 inches. They tried to ascend, but the passage out of the cave was blocked. Gavin managed to force his way out, but when he returned for his buddy, he was nowhere to be seen. 4 divers who had already exited the water saw the water level bizarrely seemed to have abruptly dropped, then kick up the silt and sand. Following the disaster, the diving and geological communities were in tiffs about what exactly had happened. Having spent years designing a scientific experiment to explore all of the possibilities. In September 2015, over 20 years after the incident, Doran Knopf, professor of physical oceanography at Florida State University, concluded what had happened. The problem arose when the divers were doing their decompression stops. They were ascending within an air pocket, causing gas bubbles to rise to the upper surface of the cave. The bubbles caused the buoyancy levels in the cave to change. It affected the stability of the rock and sediment in the walls and ceiling of the cave. So loose limestone, which weighed more, fell from the walls and ceilings of the cave, blocking the narrow passage below. Imagine a mudslide but underwater. This is what caused the blocking of their passageway, and of course, the stirring up of the bottom, causing total visibility blackout. So that is all. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Have a great day and I will see you next time.